Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. Friends, there was the expected rate cut yesterday and we got a big one, 50 basis point. And markets were not that reactive yesterday after the rate cut announcement. Things were not looking that great. And as a result, this morning when I was looking at all the financial videos on YouTube, stock videos, many were saying that you have to sell and sell as fast as possible, etc. But the morning pre-market data looks very different. So what's going to happen? That's the big question that's on my mind. And we are actually talking about real money that we have put into the market. So we can't just gamble with it. I'm still staying with my cautious stance because of two factors which have still yet to unwind. One is the rate increase in Japan. We have the Japanese inflation rate coming in at 7:30 a.m. Right now it is 6:47 a.m. while I'm recording on the 19th of September. So there is still time for the Japanese inflation report to come out. And if the Japanese inflation report indicates that their bullish expectations of raising interest rates again is going to come true, then we might potentially have the remnants of the yen unwinding, which brought down the markets last time. Apart from that, we also have the fact that last 2 weeks of September and the month of October have been historically horrible for the market. Is it going to be different this time? Both of these questions do not have an easy answer, and that's the reason why I'm going to stay on the sidelines. That said, let's go and have a look at the disclaimer before we start the rest of the analysis for the day. Welcome back, friends. This is what I was talking about. Look at all the futures of the indices. Dow futures is up 1.18%. That's very strong. S&P futures are up 1.65%. Nasdaq futures are up 2.14%. Even oil is up 0.61%. So things are all looking very, very bullish pre-market. Will this bullishness last? And we have the headlines which says Dow futures jump 400 points in delayed reaction to Fed's big rate cut. Then we have another one which says Treasury yields are little changed as investors digest Fed's jumbo rate cut. We have other headlines. I think probably we have to look for that in Asia, which would be about Japanese inflation and Japanese interest rate hike. Those are two things that we have to look forward to. But I think instead of looking at more of the news today, we should go and have a look at the stock market heat map from yesterday. And you can see yesterday, despite the rate cut, everything was red except for Apple. Everything else was red. So there is going to be more money coming into the market as per the indication from the pre-market. But we can't rely 100% on pre-market. Many times the pre-market price action has been totally wrong. So I would still stay cautious on into our TradingView platform. So Nasdaq futures are very positive. They are up 2.14%. And I look at the momentum, it's very high, plenty of room for the RSI. MACD is also bullish. And we have broken the diagonal line of resistance that was keeping us contained for the last so many months. I would say all the way from 11th of June when we had the all-time high, we have been contained by this diagonal line of support, and we breached it on the 17th of September. And right now, today, pre-market, we are up 418.5 or 419 points. That's around 2.14%. Very bullish indeed. Now, if you look at QQQ, I can definitely say that we tried to break through yesterday and we fell back down the diagonal line of resistance. But today, pre-market, we are up 2.08%, which means we are somewhere out here. So this diagonal line of resistance now suddenly becomes diagonal line of support with a gap up. We might probably open up with a gap up, which means pent up demand is now being taken care of all of a sudden today. That could match the headlines that we saw in CNBC, which said that a delayed reaction to the interest rate cut is happening today. But I'm looking at the momentum, which was above average but dropping, and MACD, which was moving towards the signal line. I guess that both of these are going to be repaired when we open in the morning. And let's go and look at AI. In AI, we have Google, which is up 2.03%. Very, very smart upward movement. And then we are going to test the resistance, which is at 164.49. We are right now at 164.08. That's a very smart jump. Again, a huge gap up out there. Tesla is up 3.12%, and Apple is up 1.73% pre-market. Meta is up 2.28% pre-market. And we have Amazon. Okay, Meta, I would like to say that Meta has already proved that we have had reverse head and shoulders, because Meta is right now at 549.97. So it's time for us to make a price target for Meta. So I'm going to take a trend line and go from the bottom. I'm going to be a bit conservative this time. I'm going from the bottom all the way to what I consider to be a neckline, and I'm going to clone this and change the color here and pull this out. So those who have Meta, I think that Meta has a price target of around $630 approximately, which means a lot of upside from here. It seems fantastic right now, but momentum is pretty good, above average, plenty of room in the RSI to go up. MACD is also bullish. It's possible. Amazon was up 1.95 pre-market, which means that we have broken through this diagonal line, the horizontal line of resistance at 189.18. So it's a fantastic jump. It's going to be a gap up opening for Amazon. And we have Microsoft next, which is up 1.95%. We have a price target for double bottom, which is at around 451.39. We are already at 439.21 pre-market. So things are looking really good. There could be a trend change a trend reversal being marked out here. And we have AMD, which is up 3.92%. We have Palantir, which is up 2.56%. It's at 37.31 pre-market. That's a fantastic jump. Again, a gap up opening projected. Momentum is above average, but we still, RSI is overheated, it's overbought, but in the past we have gone all the way up to somewhere around 80.83 on the RSI scale. So there is still room for Palantir, and overall market sentiment is pushing it up. We have MACD, which is also bullish, and with FNGU we are seeing a huge jump of 7.20%, which accounts to $27.50. This is huge. There's a huge gap up, and this diagonal line of resistance now turns out to be a diagonal line of support. Will all of these huge gains persist? We don't know. We'll have to watch. Broadcom is up 3.39%. Oracle is up 1.99%, and we have Micron Technology up 2.79%. We have Cloudflare up 2.45%, and we have Nvidia up 3.27%. So Nvidia is trying to break through this diagonal line of resistance. There is a lot of weakness in there. There's a coiling action that's taking place out here, and we'll see what happens with Nvidia, because momentum was weak yesterday when we closed. MACD was just about bullish, so probably Nvidia is going to make a huge change today, and we'll have to see if it gives enough strength to the semiconductor sector. Qualcomm is up 2.98%. SMCI is up 3.78%. People have forgotten about the short seller statement on SMCI. We are seeing a lot of recovery happening here. Question is, will it persist? ARM is up 4.29% pre-market. There's going to be a huge gap up opening out here. ASML is up 4.96%, and we have we have Intel up 2.41%. I think it's still trying to trace towards our double bottom target of 24.96, and we have FNGD, which is down 6.76%. That's going to hurt many people. Up 3.31%. This is an ETF that tracks semiconductors, so it's up 3.31% pre-market. So it's going to show a big gap up, and it's going to be above all the exponential moving average, setting up for golden crosses, more bullish action. Momentum was just below average, and MACD was just about bullish yesterday at the close of market. Now let's go and have a look at genomics. PSEB was up 3.21% yesterday, and this morning it's up 6.74%. Those with PSEB, you are going to be rejoicing because there's a huge gap up opening this morning. And then we have IMTX, which is also doing extremely well. As of yesterday, it was up 0.16%. Let's take a look at genomics. PSEB was up 3.21% yesterday, and today it's up 6.74%, a huge gap up opening, and it's going to challenge the resistance at 2.24. MACD and momentum both look really good, more room on the RSI to move up. IMTX, which was up 0.16%, has no trades pre-market. Bluebird Bio has a gain of 5.66% pre-market after dropping 1.02% yesterday. We have DNA, which was up 8.81% yesterday, again up 5.26% this morning. Next, let us look at Prime. Prime was down 0.50% yesterday. This morning, there is no pre-market trades as yet. Allogene has a gain of 4.17 pre-market after being flat yesterday, and we are still within this channel that I have drawn up. It's a mild bullish channel. We are still within it. We are not broken through. Right now, it is the 200-day exponential moving average which is providing resistance. But if we break through that by the time the market opens, then we have a chance of breaking out of this bullish channel and going into a superior bullish channel where this line of resistance will become a line of support. Iowa is up 5.01% pre-market. Again, a gap up opening, plenty of room on the RSI to go up. Momentum will also improve, and MACD has to turn green for that. And then we have Beam Therapeutics, which is up 2.55%. Again, we have a double bottom target out here of 30.33, and we are marching towards it, in my opinion. A gap up opening again, somewhere around where the stock started, stock opened a day before yesterday. So it's not a spectacular jump, but all the same, it's a very big gain. It's a huge gap up opening. Next, you look at Intelia. It was up 3.51% pre-market after being down 0.13% yesterday at close. So things are looking good. Again, a gap up opening out here, and we have Editas up 1.55%, and we have Altimmune, which is up smartly 3.90%. It's up 29 cents pre-market, still riding this bull channel out here. The next resistance happens to be at 8.13. We have Caribou Biosciences up 2.88%. CRISPR Therapeutics up 3.73%. CRISPR seems to mean business, and today we have a resistance for CRISPR which is at 51.34, and pre-market we are already at 51.44. So the question is, are we going to start a new base on which CRISPR is going to build up? The chances are very high because there is plenty of room on the RSI to move up. Momentum has got plenty of opportunity to gain. MACD is strongly bullish. So CRISPR shareholders, this is your opportunity, it seems. Of course, my personal opinion, not financial advice. I do regret not having bought CRISPR at somewhere around 44.53, but still it's within my price range to buy. But the question now is, what's going to happen later on during the day? We need to retest some supports in order to make sure that we are on the bullish track. Then we have Bionano Genomics up 2.45% pre-market. ArcG is up 3.89% pre-market. A huge gap up opening. And then we have Grail, which is down 0.43% pre-market. Not looking good. I don't know why Grail is suffering so much. Is there some bad news out there? I can't see anything here right now. Illumina is up 2.31%. Again, it's broken out of this bullish wedge out here, and it has got a cup and handle price target of around $161, so it's going to go up further in my opinion. And Verve has no trades pre-market. Now I want to go back to QQQ, and I want to show you this diagonal line of resistance, which has become a diagonal line of support, and also our resistance out here at 474.19. Today we have done a gap up opening. So typically gap ups are not a great thing because we'll have to come down to fill the gap, and gap downs are a good thing because we'll have to come back up to fill the gap. So this is how I look at things. You may have a different view, but of course I'm a retail investor, not an expert, just sharing my opinions out here. This is not financial advice. So I'm thinking that we open up with a gap up, and we have broken through a resistance from the previous day and done a gap up. We have broken through two resistances, which was a strong resistance, a horizontal resistance and a diagonal resistance, which is coming to us from the all-time high of 11th of June and has been tested multiple times, and a horizontal resistance which has also been tested multiple times over the months. So this gap up means that sometime we have to close the gap up. So we need to retest the resistance, at least the one which is at 474.19, before believing that we are on a bullish trajectory. Of course, we have now got a series of higher lows. If you look at this segment, I would say that we have a series of higher lows. Let me draw this to illustrate it to you. So we have a series of higher lows because today's candle is going to open up somewhere out here, which means it's going to be above this steep bullish channel. Steep bullish channels are very, very difficult to maintain or sustain in a consistent basis. So somewhere around the line, it's going to go towards a 45 degree, which is much more sustainable. So all the facts points to me that we may just have a knee-jerk reaction and we may give up gains probably towards the end of the day. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed, and I have got significant profits that have accrued to me through FNGU, because FNGU has gone up $26.80. It's gone up 7.02%. So I might start selling a little bit of FNGU with every gain so that I can start capturing profits without losing future opportunities. That's my game plan. Well, my friends, that brings me to the end of the video. My question to you is, do you think I am right when I'm waiting for the price to retest the resistances and supports that we have in QQQ? Because historically the last 2 weeks of September and the month of October has been weak. Looking forward to hear from you. Bye for now. Catch up with you in the next video.